Welcome to It's Your Turn. I'm Brenda Florida, certified life coach, and no matter how exhausted, stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed you are, there is hope. You can start exactly where you are. There's nothing wrong with you. In fact, you're ready for it to be your turn, or you wouldn't be here. You know, we hear words like vitality and confidence and empowerment and transformation, but what do they really mean? What do they look like in the practical aspects of our life? In the It's Your Turn podcast, we explore, learn, and put into practice practical tools and wise concepts for transformation. This is real life change, not platitudes. It's the intersection of the practical and the aspirational. It's your turn to make decisions that are aligned with exactly what you want. And if you've lost connection to what you want, that's okay. We'll reconnect it. You'll learn how to shift out of self-sabotaging patterns and tap in to the clarity, confidence, and vitality that you may feel like has been lost forever. It's your turn to step into the driver's seat of your life and embrace the power that is within you. So let's get to it. Woohoo! If you are listening to this in real time, it is New Year's Day. So welcome to our first episode of 2024 of It's Your Turn. And I want to know how you want to win this year, because it is your turn to win. I don't care what setbacks you had last year. I don't care what setbacks you might have had this morning when you woke up. It is always possible to create growth in our lives that will allow for us to win. It's always possible. I have been in the depths of despair. I have been through many things, tons of moves, a couple divorces, 4 kids, empty nesting, being broke, doing well professionally, really thriving professionally, then losing my job, being broke again. Like, I've done the roller coaster. And I think sometimes somebody asked me the other day if I was going to write a memoir, what would I call it? And I think I might call it Falling Down and Getting Up. Because whatever it is that you may have fallen down from, you can get up. Trust me. It's not always easy, but we can do it. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you because you don't have to do it alone. So I want you to think about where you want to win. Now, it may be kind of in a certain category of your life. Like maybe it's in your professional life, whether you work for somebody else or you own your own business. Maybe it's financially. Maybe it's romantically, whether you're in a relationship or you're not. It could be that we need to win a little bit in the dynamics of the relationship or in your sexual aspects of the relationship, whatever it is. What about the relationship with your own body? Like, I hate to be a cliche because now it's January and everybody's going to want to go back to the gym, I suppose. But so I'm not into those kinds of cliche resolutions, because I'm not into stuff that we're going to go rah about for 2 or 3 weeks. And then by the time February comes, we've forgotten all about it. I'm not into that. I am into what I like to think of as sustainable transformation. I want change in my life that sticks. If I'm stuck, I want to get unstuck and I want to stay unstuck. I don't want to be stuck and then unstuck and then back and stuck again and, back and forth. So my style of coaching, my style of even, the broader way I speak on a podcast, which is, of course, not nearly as intimate as one-on-one coaching is, it's about change that you can sustain. It's about growing. I mean, really, even change. I don't love that word. And a lot of people have a lot of resistance. It's like real growth. Like when we grow, think about yourself as a kid. When you hit 5 feet, you didn't go back to 4'9", right? Like we just are continually moving forward. And that's what I want your life to be. And of course, there are momentary setbacks, and some of those setbacks feel like they last a lot longer than a moment. Trust me. I spent 2.5 years in a huge setback in all ways, professional, financial, all the ways that impacts everything. Like the shining lights of my areas of my life are my relationships. So like my relationships are awesome. I have a lot of people that love me and I love, and I have great relationships, and I really have fostered a group of people that I can be totally myself with and all of that. And every other part of my life was like in the shitter. So, and that was 2.5 years. So I understand setbacks, but whatever it is, we keep going, we keep growing by continuing to look at our stuff, sort of what's the pattern that's happening here? What am I repeating that I want to stop repeating? And how can I win? And part of that is in focusing on having at least some areas that we know we want to win on. There are a lot of people that have gotten so involved in everybody else's life, they have forgotten, they've lost touch with what their own desires are, what wins they do want. And so if you're that person, then I encourage you to go to my bio and click on the link right now, or head over to Instagram, Brenda Florida Coach, and DM me, or head over to the link in my bio right now, because until tomorrow, so unless you're listening to this in real time, it might be a little too late. But if you're listening to this on January 1st or 2nd, I have a half price coaching special going on. So it's my 3-session package. And no, we won't change your whole life in 3 sessions, but you will see a lot of relief and a lot of improvement in 3 sessions. And then you can decide, we'll talk about whether or not you want to continue to move forward. But I want to give current clients a chance to add on. It's kind of a way for me to give back, because one-on-one coaching, there's no economy of scale. It's me one-on-one with you for an hour, So when I reduce my price, I just reduce my income. So for me, it's just a way to give back to past clients who want to get back in for a few sessions, for current clients who want to add on to the sessions they already have, and to new people who want to try it, who, maybe the idea of my typical package is 9 sessions, and maybe 9 feels too intimidating, or, $1,500 feels like too much of a risk financially if you've never done coaching before and you're not sure if you'll really benefit from it. So hop in now, hop in today, like right now, on that half price special, and get those 3 sessions for $300, and you will love it, because you don't have to figure out how to recover from your setbacks alone any more than if you'd been a couch potato for years and went to the gym and hired a personal trainer. It would be so much easier than you just walking into that gym by yourself, right? And listening to a podcast, I love it. And I love all of you who listen, but it's a little bit like walking into the gym by yourself, because I have to speak generally. I have to talk in bigger, broad strokes. Whereas when you're in the gym, so that's the equivalent of the fitness class or the workout machine, the weight machines or whatever, and you're going to go and hope you can follow the, how to do it, the directions on the pictures that they have on the machines of how you're supposed to sit on the thing and pull this and push there and whatever, and hope you get it right. But in one-on-one coaching, that's the laser focus. It's just me and you. I'm taking all my tools and all my stuff, and I'm fine-tuning it. I'm adapting it to you and what's going to be the most powerful way for you to move forward. Because in 2024, you absolutely deserve to have a lot of wins. It is your turn in any and every area of your life. It's a new cycle. I don't care about resolutions, whatever, do them, don't do them, whatever works for you. But our calendar is telling us we're in a new cycle. Astrologically, we're in a new cycle. And it's time to leverage that, to take advantage of that and say, you know what? I'm going to stop doing the things that I know don't serve me and start doing more things that do. And I really want to grow and move the needle in my sex life, in my relationship with my partner, in my relationship to my body or my finances, or my career / business if you're an entrepreneur. Whatever it is, I've facilitated growth in clients in all those areas, and more, like more nuanced or small things. Relationships with their kids, whether their kids are little or their kids are empty nesters, or they're navigating having an empty nest, or they don't feel seen and heard, and all the things, because we are whole people. You're not a segmented off human being. So we can navigate our lives in a very compartmentalized way as if we are, but the truth is you are whole, right? So your arm is different than your leg, but it's all part of your body. And while it's true, you can be, have really great, strong biceps, like maybe you're really great professionally, um, but you can't run around the block, which might be your romantic life or something. But whatever is that weak link for you, as you grow in that, other aspects of your life are going to grow as well. And so there are wins waiting for you all over the place. So I promised you in the show notes a quick but effective process to get clear on those wins and start to move forward. So there's 4 things. And I'm going to just use one word to describe them so it's super simple. You've got what your desires are. That's where you want to win, or what, your win. Like, articulate where you want to win. What is that win that you want to experience? Then I want you to think about the thoughts that you have about that, because usually what short circuits us away from our wins, where our areas of growth are, our thoughts will show us. Our thoughts will shine the light on it. Every inner critic thought, every, it won't work for me. It's not happening fast enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not young enough. I'm not whatever enough. I'm not desirable enough, pretty enough, sexy enough, young enough, old enough, whatever. Those thoughts, you've got to figure out. Your thoughts are the key to figuring out what's holding you back, as they are also the key to moving you forward. What thoughts will inspire you? I know I can do this. People older than me have done it. I love being in the process of it, like whatever it is. So kind of like affirmations, right? And then, so we've got your wins and your thoughts, and then your feelings. So with every thought comes a feeling, whether that's a joyful thought that has a joyful feeling attached to it, or a despairing thought and the despair emotion that goes with it. So our thoughts are always triggering our feelings. So when your inner critic gets going about your win and how you can't, your body will never be able to do that, and it's too late, and da 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 da, you will have feelings that match that. But if instead you use your thoughts to help pull you towards your win, you know what? I bet people older than me, or heavier than me, or more out of shape than me, or whatever, have succeeded in this area. Oh, now my feelings are going to be elevated a little bit too. And you can do the research. Find somebody who wrote okay, so I know somebody who wrote their first book at 90. There's plenty of stories out there on the internet of people who have, been couch potatoes until they're in their 70s or 80s. And, so whatever it is, somebody's done it. People who were broke forever and ever, and now, they're a millionaire for the first time at 70, or, were single or failed relationships, and now they have the love of their life at 70, or, like whatever it is, if age is a thing for you, or, station in life, or whatever it is. You can find somebody who has done it. And so then you can change your thoughts, which will change your feelings, into the thoughts that will inspire you to that. So wins, thoughts, feelings, and last but not least, because this is where a lot of people fall off the bus, so to speak, is an action. We've got to take the action that is congruent with what we say we want. We've got to take action that's congruent with that win, not incongruent. And, some people, like I coach some people just through like their plans. Like we always do this kind of little process to make sure we're clear on what they want and what those thoughts are that are working against them, and the feelings that go with that, and then the thoughts that can work for them and the feelings that go with that, and then the action. Now, some people, if you're like me, I've never needed anybody to help me figure out an action plan. I'm a planner. I love taking action. I'm a big doer. I got that. Okay. I don't really even need accountability for the most part. I got that. But I have other clients who aren't as able to do that, right? So I help them create that plan. We help create the accountability format that works for them, because some people really thrive with a lot of structure. For other people, all that structure makes them prone to dropping into thoughts around failure and inner critic. And so again, in one-on-one coaching versus a podcast, I can really hone in on that and help you get exactly the kind of plan and support that you need to be taking action towards your win. Because there's nothing wrong with you. You're totally good enough. And it is time to own your brilliance and go for that win, and go for many wins, but sometimes it's easier to just go one at a time. Other people like to have a whole big bucket full of wins. That whatever works for you, that's great. You just don't want it to work against you. So if having 5 goals, you realize, 3 weeks in or at some point in, now it's discouraging because it feels like too much to do, then drop those others, pick the one that's the most important, and just focus on one till you get the one done. Everybody's different. We've got to stop comparing ourselves. There's going to be somebody who totally thrives by having every minutia thing in their calendar and checking everything off and putting stars by this and that and having accountability partners and 10 goals they're working towards in each area of their life and all that stuff. And then there's going to be the person who absolutely freezes up with all of that and needs to focus on just one thing or one real high level thing and work their action steps and do their mindset and feelings, because none of us can escape our thoughts and our feelings, but be much more sort of open or loose or fluid, maybe is a good word, in how they actually manifest that into the world. It doesn't matter. People have been incredibly successful in all areas of life, doing it in all different ways. You just need yours. You just need the one that works for you. And so that's what I love about one-on-one coaching. So whether you're listening to this on the 1st or the 2nd of January and you want to go hop over and take advantage of that half price special, go do that right now. Do not delay, or that will go away. And if it's past that, then that's okay. Reach out to me. I'm always, looking for one-on-one clients. I'm not booked up. I don't have a waiting list yet. And I even sometimes will have scholarships that other people offer, so to support others in their coaching journey who don't have the funds for it right now. And so even if you don't feel like you have the funds, if you want to reach out to me, I may be able to, work something out with a reduced fee and maybe some scholarship funds for you from benevolent giver. And the thing is, I want you to know you can have those wins. I want you to know you deserve those wins. I want you to know that no matter what you've been through, no matter what you've tried that you didn't feel worked or whatever, that this can be your time. It is your time and your turn. Thank you for joining me for this episode of It's Your Turn. I've got resources and links in the show notes for you. But here's what's more fun. DM me on Instagram at Brenda Florida Coach and let me know you listened to today's episode. I'd love to connect with you. And then share this episode with somebody who needs to hear it, because I know you know somebody who needs to hear it. And I'll see you in the next episode of It's Your Turn.